Supervised probation for a man that essentially caused a double fatal motorcycle crash in Joplin about a year and a half ago. Then 18-year-old Colton Goddard of Welch, Oklahoma was racing another motorbike on Main Street while also fleeing from police. It all ended when one bike crashed into a third, which claimed the life of 60-year-old Mark McGowan of Joplin, and it also killed 20-year-old Taryn Morris of Miami, who was racing and had been fleeing with Goddard. Little update to that Real ID deadline, which went into effect this morning. The head of Homeland Security says travelers will still be able to fly domestically without one, but should be prepared for additional steps at TSA. Your news, a service of Arvest Bank. Do you need a bank that loves to help? That's Arvest Bank. Come find out why customers love Arvest and the Arvest Go mobile app. They make banking easy so life is easier. Visit Arvest today. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-782-1310. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ty Albright on KIX 102.5.
Rain today with highs in the mid-60s. More rain and storm snow with lows in the mid-50s. Rain continues through Thursday night, and into Friday as we see a high near 70.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar is showing a lot of heavy cloud cover and even some light to moderate rainfall across a lot of the 4 states.
55 in Miami, 61 in Pittsburgh, 58 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
Time now for the KIX Kids Pledge, brought to you by Josh Meeker at Country Financial. And today we're featuring Madison from Pittsburgh.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, Madison. And if you'd like your kids to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, you can go to the KIX website and click on the button there on the main page. It'll tell you how to upload your audio.
We're just 18 minutes away from your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound.
All you have to do to win the cash is be caller number 5 at 720 and tell us what the sound is, and then all of the money is yours.
Here's Blake Shelton
on the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning. Morning, Jimmy, Christy, Tiffany. Good morning. So, rah, Megan. Good morning, friends. How are we doing today?
So the podcast officially launched yesterday for Jen's movie Rehab.
Morning, Devin. It's not on Spotify. Is it supposed to be?
Yeah, I think.
Kyle couldn't find it. He was looking for it yesterday.
Well, I had to go force it to launch onto Facebook and Twitter because, it had launched last week because I scheduled it.
Mm-hmm.
It put it out on YouTube, but didn't put it out on Facebook and Twitter and all the others.
Right.
So I went yesterday and checked to see if it had uploaded. It had not. So I had to force it. So apparently they don't have the schedule garbage worked out on Faturi yet. So,
which is so sad. That's been years.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, you can see where under shows, when you go to edit, where is edit show? Right here. Title and description, publishing destination. We have Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, published to RSS feed. And for some reason, it says Morning KIX Extra. I guess we could do that and it would publish wherever Morning KIX Extra was. In other words, like on the podcast page of the website and anywhere else like Spotify or anywhere else that Morning KIX Extra. And instead, it would say Morning KIX Extra as the header on Spotify, and there would be some Jen's movie.
So it couldn't be its own thing. Standalone.
Could. I'm not. I think we would have to go in and set that up. I don't know how these got chosen. Morning KIX Extra. I chose Jen's movie Rehab. You can see I made web widget. I made RSS for these.
It's Futuri.
Yeah.
It's got to poop the bed a little bit.
So least. Did he looked under Morning KIX Extra on
it's not
Spotify?
On there.
I'm wondering if it appeared on the website under podcast. I know it did under blog, but nope. I could put it under New Music Showcase, though, and just if I could figure out how to relabel that. Oh, wait a minute. Are we on Morning Kicks Extra? I'm on Morning Kicks Extra. Okay, go back. Well, it didn't change any of that. So even though I switched it, stupid Faturi. Okay, yeah, we would have to go in, and you did all that last time. I don't know how to do that under Spotify. We did Spotify and Amazon and Apple, which Amazon's no longer a thing, right? Or is it?
I think it's Apple. One of them it got dropped. I don't know why. I think it's Apple. I think we're still on Amazon.
There's an RSS feed that you get from going to the Faturi post page, going to shows, going to edit, and then there it gives you like a. You'll have to come here and look. I can't describe it to you well enough. But when you go to shows, Jen's Movie Rehab, edit show, you can also, no, that's import. Okay, from here, publishing destinations, you can grab this and copy to clipboard and then take that as the RSS feed. That's what they will need. I think I'm going to do it here, though, too. What do you think? And then it'll appear in the web widget there. What else? Yeah, I will. I'm gonna have to figure out where to edit that because you see, it won't give me a. I don't know. This is not. This is showing you an example. I think. Right. Won't even switch. Background. But where do I change that? Because you can see we're not on Morning Kicks Extra. We're on these two. So I don't either.
12 seconds.
This is for web widget. That's totally separate. Has nothing to do with what you're doing. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number one for country. Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen.
Rain, mid-60s today. It's 58 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 15 minutes. But first, we've got your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
That'll be in just 11 minutes. All you got to do is be caller number 5. Tell us what the secret sound is, and the cash jackpot is yours.
Here's Midland.
On the 4 states number one for cash.
KIX 102.5.
Morning, Christine.
Every time I'm doing this and I hit next, it's going back and taking that off.
Helpful. I'll be right back.
I guess I could do RSS. I'm seeing a few places. save certain things. I don't know. Trying to figure it out. It's also confusing. How do you know that something is built by an engineer? I don't know any way to connect all that. Oh, black?
Yes. Morning, Floyd. Morning, Deborah.
Pay attention to his tape lines. For one thing, the taping.
Yeah. Well, he's going to have to go over that black because it is patchy at best. Stuffed mushrooms with cream cheese, shredded cheese, olives, fire roasted tomatoes, and bacon bits with pork chops last night for din din. That sounds amazing.
I cannot find
We had taco salad
anywhere.
again.
I did get rid of all the extra RSS feeds and the extra web widgets and stuff.
Okay.
Spreaker, Omni, and Megaphone are also on here for auto paste or auto connect, which I don't think we have accounts for, and I don't know anybody that uses those.
I've not heard of them.
platforms.
What are they called again?
Omni, Spreaker, and Megaphone. I've heard of Megaphone.
Any of you use any of those? Familiar with
Anybody
any of those
ever heard of those?
platforms?
But I
Are we
know
sleeping on something?
we are connected. Yeah, it's not putting. I figure I'm going to have to eventually get with Jason, have him add it as a web widget, replace the. Once we get 2 or 3 episodes, I'll have him replace the live gig guide with this.
Okay. Thanks what you didn't break.
Oh wow,
Morning, Sherry.
Elaine is at the ACMs.
She hosting?
No, I don't think so. She's featured on Radio Inc. this month, which once did an story on me.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I've been on Radio Inc. about 5 times.
That's cool.
It's usually just a blurb, random. They ask about trends with female singers and stuff, and they'll use
Yeah.
a sentence or 2 from me.
Morning, Christy. Morning, Amy. The only one I've been a part of is what was it? Country Air Check.
Yeah.
I made a list.
She has a ton of artist interview that they're
Sec-
giving to us. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country
Chris Morgan Wallen.
on KIX. So they are at the ACM. They've compiled artist interview audio from some of the artists, Blake Shelton, Kelsey Ballerini, Russell Dickerson, Cole Swindell, and many others, posted all throughout the day today in the folder labeled ACM audio that you can utilize. Why would we want that?
MJ likes to play audio and stuff during his shift. What is what called, Megan?
Your mom? Is it your mom? Is the answer your mom? I'm pretty sure it's your mom.
I don't know if that's
Stuffed mushrooms. What did you put in the cream cheese? Anything? Like
cheese that's been creamed.
what's the?
Like herbs?
Yeah.
Chives?
Chives.
Not herbs. Chives.
Put a little herb in your cream cheese. We were thinking it.
2 minutes.
So I did a thing.
Ooh, what'd you do?
I don't wear my high tops very often because they take so long to unlace and lace back up and get on in the morning. So I put in those tieless shoestrings and all of my high top shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did crazy lacings on some of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like on the Nikes, I have what I call in the dry weave. But it's this interlocking weave overlapping thing that is kind of cool. But on these, I did just the straight lace, which is just the single. And they literally, you can pull them on and off like this.
That's cool.
It is. There's no tying. So they just go on that easy. Well,
Now you
said
can't.
that.
Now you jinxed yourself.
There you go.
Morning, Melissa. Secret blend of herbs and spices. Oh, they're wanting to know the names of the other social medias again. It was Omni,
Megaphone.
Sneaker, Speaker,
Spreaker.
Spreaker.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
I just got the boy these cool things for his soccer cleats because so many times games are interrupted by kids having to stop and tie their shoes. And it's gotten to the point where refs will call them off the field and be like, you need to bring in a sub. We can't wait for your kid to tie their shoes. And
Right.
my kid's been guilty of it. They all have. And so we got him these like really thick kind of like rubber bands. And then you just put them over the cleat and it holds down the laces so they're not coming undone during the game or flying around and being crazy.
Might look at these. I mean, they work amazingly well. You can set how tight they are when you first put them in,
Mhm.
and then you pull them out, you cut it off, and you burn it with a cigarette lighter, and then there's a clip that goes on the end of that holds it in place. And they stretch to put them on, and they hold tight.
That's cool. 5 seconds, sticker sound.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
It's going to be a wet one today, so remember your umbrella. We'll see a high near 65. It is 58 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 6 minutes.
But let's see if we can give away some cash with the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
We have $277.50 in the jackpot.
And it could be yours if you can be call alert number 5 at 417-623-1025.
To tell us what is this sound.
What do you think? What's that sound?
Be caller number 5 at 623-1025 and tell us and win all the cash.
From the 4 states number 1 for cash.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller 1, keep trying.
Hi, Morning KIX.
Caller number 2, try again.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 3, keep trying.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 4, hurry up and go right back.
Hi, Morning KIX. Who is this?
Chris,
Christine from Carl Junction.
you are caller number 5. Christine.
Twice in a week, Christine. You have really got the caller number 5 process dialed in, I think.
My goodness, what luck.
All right, we've got $277.50 to give you.
If you can tell us what is this sound?
She says, dropping a fork.
For $277.50, that is not it.
But we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, Christine, making it $302.50.
And give you another chance to get someone at 420 with Brett.
Thanks, Christine.
Thank you, Christine.
All of that effort that she put into dialing in being caller number 5 has worked. It took a while. It took her a little bit of practice and figuring it out, but it works. Obviously works.
Like Gucci Park.
Gucci, Gucci, Gucci.
Morning,
Because
Brendan.
the-
Happy Wednesday.
The homeless guy there by the bathrooms comes out and does that to you. Gucci, Gucci, Gucci.
That would be so weird.
Some people might go there just for that, though. You don't know. Ah, my ears.
Your poor plugged ears. Oh, I've already got an email back from that guy.
Is it an automated one?
It sounds like a fun project. I'm sure we can come up with something. Let me get this scheduled and we can talk more. I'm excited. Thanks.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Maybe they'll actually come up with something creative. Is it the right ear or the left?
You know, I'll believe it when it happens.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
as bad as that
You're now
sounds.
from Missouri too, so you got to show me.
I mean, how many times have we...
I cut my head again this morning.
Stop doing that.
I know
Y'all
why.
should see the back of this poor man's head.
Yeah, there's now.
Look. Oh my gosh.
It's really bad when the blood and the water and like Psycho in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to Vivian Lee it up in there.
Mm-hmm. Vivian Lee it up.
It's a weird thing to say.
All right, 12 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for cash.
Looking for caller number 5 to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound.
Christine from Carl Junction.
You are caller number 5. Christine.
Twice in a week, Christine. You have really got the caller number 5 process dialed in, I think.
My goodness, what luck.
I'm trying.
All right, we've got $277.50 to give you.
If you can tell us, what is this sound?
Dropping a fork.
She says dropping a fork.
For $277.50, that is not it.
Dang it.
But we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, Christine, making it $302.50.
And give you another chance to guess someone at 420 with Brett.
I will try again.
Look at Linda. Linda.
All righty. Morning, Brendan.
Why does my phone keep buzzing? Yeah.
Time to block the spammers.
Jimmy did 1 drop of blood.
For what?
Probably for your poor head.
You mean she collected it to
Maybe
use
you
in a
need to-
ritual?
Hey, it's your Greg. Morning, Greg.
Morning, Greg. How's the arm?
Uh-oh, what happened
Remember
to the
last
arm?
week when we were talking about what are you too old to be doing, but you still do anyway?
Oh, no.
That was Greg. And it's not broken, but
Oh, thank goodness.
came close, I think.
Bye, Christine. Have a great day. Is there ever a point where you're like, I got to take a break from shaving my head because I've got so many nicks back there that I just keep re-nicking it?
No, and it's not re-nicking on the old nicks. It's
Morning, Dustin.
it's because I've been using, so I'm obsessive about being able to feel the Velcro. I don't like being able to feel any stubble at all. I want it baby butt smooth.
Mhm.
So Sometimes I will get, they send me like 6 boxes of razors, right?
Okay.
Each package has 4 inside it, 4 or 6. I think it's 6 inside each little plastic container. And you open it up and you get one of those. Every now and then I'll get one that it's either not quite as sharp or it has a burr or something on the razors, something in the process. So it's a little bit of an inconsistent process. I can tell the difference between this box. Some razors will last 7 days. Others will only last 2.
Dang.
So I can usually tell almost instantly when I first start shaving, this is going to be one of those. Well, I like to turn around and use this. They have a straight razor on the edge to do trimming around edges. I use that to get those areas that, like the very back of your head, right at the base of your skull, is where your hair grows from. That's where your crown point is. It's right below what most people think of as the crown. It's actually back down below that. That's where your hair is the thickest and where it starts its pattern for growth out. So I will use that back there, and that's how I'm cutting myself, is with that straight razor part.
Yikes.
So I need to
The
stop
more you know.
doing that.
Greg says, it'll buff. I'm still working. Actually, I'm in Joplin working today.
Are you really? What are you doing in Joplin? There came a point, my wife used to be the same way with me with martial arts. I'd come home with a broken nose or a concussion or something broken, and everybody finally got through to me. Hey, we know you got the heart to do all these things, but your body just can't keep up. You're at a point where you're going to have to pick and choose when and what you do and take a step back from being so aggressive. I would get in there and fight for like the last hour. I would fight just nonstop every single night. And he'd be like, hey, you're going to have to start choosing when and where you do your sparring and be very careful about your opponents. And it's like you're tearing your body up.
Isn't aging so cool?
Yeah, it's awesome. There's absolutely no dignity in any of it. Just part of it. You can't do everything forever that you always did, and a little disgusting and irritating.
Oh, power to you. The rah-rah. Map testing is a tough time.
Oh, yeah. Is that really? I thought that was all already over with. They just now getting into that?
It's different for every district. My kiddos are done with it.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that we're, 2 weeks away from end of school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next week and the week after that, and then that's it. Holy cow.
We're almost to the end of storm season. I think we have like another week or two of possibility, and then we should be good.
I want to say I heard around like the 15th, 16th, we have a possibility for severe weather end of next week.
And that should be the end of all of that. Not set in stone. Things can always be different or change, but I would say that's when I'm not going to worry about. Like, I've been avoiding putting out the deck furniture because I'm like, what's the point? It's just going to get blown all over the yard and stuff, and the umbrellas are going to get blown down. So I think we'll be good to go after that.
Lamar gets out the 27th.
They've
got a little bit more time.
Yeah, my wife's family, their school districts down there aren't getting out until early June.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Greg says lift truck is broke down at some company, so I got to go fix it.
Oh, okay.
Wow, Megan's kiddos. Wow, he is out the 16th, a week from Friday.
I think Carthage,
Morning,
if I'm
kiddos,
not
have a great
mistaken,
day.
is getting out relatively early.
Tiffany says Ella gets out the 23rd. Where did the school year go?
Back there, thankfully.
And then I'm going to have a 5th grader. What the heck? A 5th and a 4th grader. What?
We're not even junior high yet. That's when things really get fun with having kids. Where you're like, who are these people?
Wait, what did you say, Tiffany? I don't see it now. You said something about kids and getting old. Excuse me. Jimmy says their last day is the 22nd.
I would say we do all of our schools out stuff, but the problem is, or actually, we're not going to have room for anything towards the end of the month. We were so worried about content, trying to fill and fill. Yeah, we're not going to need any of that stuff.
No, in kindergarten, Megan.
We're so proud of you.
No. 4th grade and kindergarten. Hold on. 8
Hold
seconds, we got to go.
on. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country.
Mother's Day is this Sunday.
And we've got an extra special way to help you remember that fact right after Chris Lane.
On KIX 102.5. Greg says he'll have a 1st and 8th grader. He's really going to be in 1st grade?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Tiffany says Oliver goes to pre-K in August. Ella will be in 1st grade. She's so into books. So next year, no more spelling secrets around her. Isn't it great when they get to that point? You're like, dang it.
They have
I can't spell words anymore.
They have an 8th grader, so suck it.
So suck it. Bruh.
I'm not happy about that fact at all.
Oh, yeah, you have an 8th grade grandson.
Shut up. It's not called a grandson.
What's it called?
Called a turd. I have an 8th grade turd.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Well.
You might want to get that checked out. It is crazy how time flies. It really is. I was at La Boussole getting my lashes cleaned up and filled yesterday.
Cow.
And
You need to come look at this.
Sam, who's the lash tech there, she and I were talking about how sometimes time can be just such a thief, the way that your kids just grow and change and you're excited for them, but also like, that's my baby. I'm not ready for all that.
Holy cow. I got to
what?
find it. Let me find it. I saw it in the notifications. What happened there? Oh, that's the sinus medicine kicking in. Okay. Right here, this. Holy crap, all this. And why did it let it? It may have already blocked it. But I can't find it on here. So it must have already blocked it. Yeah. That's where I started. I don't know that. I mean, this says Terry Riverson Nicholson. Oh, okay. Aaron Klein. Then we need to block him. Why is he saying all that about her if he's standing up for her here? KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We'll see more rain today with highs in the mid-60s. It's 58 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast and 4 states news in just 24 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, we want to know, do you know a mama's boy?
Since Mother's Day is this weekend, to help you remember that fact, we're going to be talking about mama's boy. I'm a proud mama's boy.
And I don't think there's necessarily something wrong with that. There's a lot of mama's boys out there.
And if you don't know what a mama's boy is, that's the ones who, they feel more than the average person. In other words, when they hurt their finger,
They're tender-hearted, I think is a good way to put that.
Maybe they're very close with their mothers, or we're very close with them, maybe, but doesn't necessarily have to involve their mother. And I'm sure there's a lot of ladies out there that would go, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a mama's boy, all right.
623-1025 to call and text and tell us about your mama's boy.
And in an effort to help you remember that Mother's Day is this Sunday, we're helping you count down the days until then to remind you you've only got now, what, four more days?
That's it, 4 days.
To get mom something for Mother's Day, or it's either that or live under the curse of guilt from that point forward.
And you know that'll crush you.
Yep. So here's your daily Mother's Day reminder.
Get ready to show your mom how much she's loved with today's Mother's Day Countdown.
Hello, sweetie. It's Mom. Only 4 days left to plan something great. Or else. This is not blackmail, but I do have all your awkward teenage photos and a Facebook account. Aw, look at your orthodontic headgear.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, Melissa, happy anniversary. She and her husband celebrated 33 years yesterday. Well, you didn't really get to celebrate. You worked till 11, but happy anniversary. Greg says they won't stop growing either. He's 5'6", 170 pounds, loves lifting. His deadlift is up to 305 pounds now.
He looks like he's lost some weight in that last
Jeez
picture you
Louise.
guys sent us. Hi there, Morning Kicks.
Good morning. I was calling to tell you about my mama's boy.
Yeah, tell us about him. Why is he a mama's boy?
Okay, well, first of all, he's only 3.
Oh,
No,
well,
yeah.
That's I think that's a law.
Yeah. So, for the first couple years of his life, I was a stay-at-home mom.
Mhm.
And then in October of last year, I got the job that I'm at now. And he's so not used to working that when I went to work for the first day, he did not have a very good day. And when I came home, he came stomping in the living room with his arms across his chest. He looked at me. He said, "Mama, where were you?"
Oh.
Leave
Oh
him
my
all
gosh,
alone.
I bet you just felt that in your heart.
Yeah, it's like, I have to work, but he's like, no, you stay home.
Oh my gosh.
You work here.
You're supposed to be with me, mama.
Yep,
Oh my goodness.
that's my mama's boy. He's
Thanks.
my only boy out of 4 kids.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for the call.
Have a great day.
No problem. You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Dustin says he's more of an aunt's boy. She's like a second mom to him. You're a mama's boy with your aunt. Why are you making that face?
Well, in the Indian subculture, an auntie is it's just a whole thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They call any older woman auntie. Can't quit popping my ear trying to get it to open.
Is it working?
No. Well, it does for like a second.
You took your meds today?
That's why my voice is doing this, which means by this afternoon it'll be gone.
Yeah. This is the last of my gluten-free Pop-Tarts.
Oh, no.
And they actually taste like Pop-Tarts, which is what's amazing.
They have the new Pop-Tart bites I tried on Sunday. I don't like them.
The little Pop-Tarts?
Yeah, the little.
Those aren't new. Those have been around forever.
I don't like them.
Why?
They're just not good. Way too sweet. I got rid of that guy.
Where's a good place to buy shoes in the mall?
There's really not anywhere. I mean, they have they have Journeys, and then they have, what's the other place? That's really the only two places. And the other place is okay. I mean, they have a selection, but they want way too much for them. Oh, Wait a minute. They do have the one place up on the north end of the mall. I can't remember the name of that.
The huge one?
Yeah, the bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
You can sometimes find stuff there.
I have a specific pair of shoes.
Where you really need to go is Zoomies in Springfield.
Oh, it's all the way in Springfield.
But you can order from Zoomies too. You can find amazing deals. And they have this huge selection.
Zoomies.
Yesterday we were talking, what secret are you still keeping from your parents? Terry said she lost her virginity on their bed.
That's good.
Yep.
Things that they don't necessarily.
We
need to
won't
know.
tell, and I'm sure they don't follow your Facebook, so you're fine.
Yeah,
You're fine.
No big deal.
Be like the dad.
They do have some cute platforms over at Zoomies.
Zoomies is really, really good. I think 4 or 5 of the shoes that I'm currently wearing all come from Zoomies.
Oh my. Good Lord. But they don't have the fun colors I want.
It's because they're not really fun.
They have the kids.
Fern Yoder. That's
Oh,
a heck of a name right there.
Yoder.
I think that's all of the spam.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
They don't have the Adidas platforms at Zoomies. I was given a lot of liberties with my Mother's Day gift this year.
Oh, hey.
Mm-hmm. So how
Get on it.
much can I take advantage of this? Okay, there's a platform, but I don't want black and white. Give me the fun colors. I'm in my I want more color in my wardrobe era. As you can see, I don't have a lot of it.
It's all this.
It's all this. And if I'm going to wear a lot of black and neutrals, then I want fun colored shoes at least. I don't know what you're talking about, Greg. All he said was dry in all caps. Why did he say that?
Maybe he's talking about a particular wine. I'm not sure.
You guys have big plans on Sunday, Melissa? I love this sweatshirt, though. Holy cow, that's cute. Oh my gosh. Morning, Emily. Christy said, I had a mama's boy. Now he's grown into a man. We did everything together. I feel like my boy's a mama's boy. He's very sweet. He's very protective of me and my feelings. Is this the right song?
Here's the story. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It's horrible. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Here's Josh Ross.
On KIX 102.5.
Does it ever freak you out when I start going?
Oh, man.
There can be a negative connotation about mama's boys, but I don't know that that's necessary.
They're a bad thing. Yeah,
No.
right?
Okay, cool. You try to go to Journeys on the North Park Mall website, and it says, not found.
Probably. I'm not surprised at that.
What is that, Shoe Carnival that's over in front of the mall?
Yeah. Which I've only been there once. I didn't find anything that I liked.
Where is search?
So they've listed the 20 toughest jobs in the United States this year. They do this every year. And usually the top 5 or so always are the same. They just rotate around.
Yeah.
But number 20 was a drywall plaster installer. Yeah. Number 19, carpenter, woodworker, or cabinet maker. There you go, Greg.
And these are worst jobs.
Worst or hardest, toughest jobs, not
Toughest
worst.
jobs. Okay.
Number 18, lawyer. Number 17, teacher. Number 16, pilot. 15, engineer. 14, home builder. 13, electrician. 12, roofer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 11, nurse. Number 10, oil worker. Number 9, air traffic controller. Number 8, DJ. No, farmer. Number 7, astronaut. Number 6, EMT or paramedic. Number 5, cop. 4, doctor. 3, military. 2, construction worker. Didn't we already have construction worker?
No.
Like 2 or 3 times?
We had carpenter.
Number 1, firefighter. Most demanding jobs.
Well, I mean, you got to run into fires.
I'm disappointed that radio host doesn't make the top 20. Probably didn't even make the top 200. I mean, you guys know what we do in here all day.
Suffer.
Yeah, misery.
He sweats all the time because of that gland issue.
I still think more difficult than any of these jobs is trying to find something to watch on streaming. They got all these jobs, the top 20 jobs, and who do we give awards to? Actors. And singers.
Yep.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 749.
Chance of rain to continue with highs in the mid-60s. It's 58 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast along with 4 states news in just 11 minutes.
And with Mother's Day being this Sunday, we want to know, do you know a mama's boy?
Are you a mama's boy?
Was you a mama's boy?
Has you been a mama's boy?
623-1025 to call or text.
Tell us about your mama's boy because Mother's Day is this weekend. So are you doing the Sunday brunch thing that we were talking about the other day?
Absolutely. But I'm assuming Kyle's taking care of all of that because, I mean, what we really want first thing Sunday morning is brunch.
Right. So the kid's going to bring it to you in bed, or are you going to get up and have to go get it? Or are you going out for Mother's Day?
No. If we're going to go out and have brunch, we're going to go sit down somewhere nice.
That you don't have to clean it up.
I don't want to clean. I don't want to touch a
make it.
dish. I don't want to do anything like that.
I don't know when it became a ritual, but apparently it now is that on Mother's Day you have to take mom out for brunch. Here's the story on a special Sunday. When you can't find a reservation anywhere. They've been booked up since early April. You haven't got a prayer. Now it's a story of desperation and a the place we ate our Mother's Day brunch. Mother's Day brunch. Mother's Day brunch. What a place to enjoy Mother's Day brunch. Are you going to eat all that?
It's Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen on the four states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Hi there, Morning Kicks. Now you have to be. Why do you have? Oh, because he's been gone.
Man.
Got to fill those shoes.
So you've taken over as mama's boy.
Oh, well, that'd be
that'll
cool.
be fun.
Might win some money.
Yeah, good luck.
Thanks. I'm going to say, yeah, you don't want to do that. She might sleep in the nude. No, but, no. No, no, no.
Never again.
Oh, look, Mom, you left your purses on your bed. Ah!
And that was the start of therapy for little Billy.
Okay. Okay. Melissa said, I was a mama's girl. My youngest daughter was a mama's girl. My other kids, I don't know what that emoji is, Melissa, at the end of that, but said the kids were attached to me as well. My youngest son was a mama's boy, too. He used to sit with me and twirl my hair and suck his. And then there's an emoji, and I can't.
Thumb.
Is it a thumb? It's not a thumb.
Oh, suck his tongue?
Oh, no. I'm not sure what that is.
Morning, Dorinda.
Morning,
Bye, Dustin.
Dorinda.
Have a great day.
Later, Dustin.
Dorinda's anniversary is today. 32
Congratulations.
years. Congratulations. Oh, he's a Nana's boy.
Oh,
I
man.
think it's a tongue.
So Christian messaged us, join, and then after that message, how was school? So I'm going to respond. It was okay. I have homework, though. I don't know what that was about, but I'm engaged. I'm playing.
Congratulations. That's amazing. I'm so excited for you. Does Gina know
Probably.
that you're engaged?
So Burger King, have you heard about the Burger King lawsuit?
No, what's
A
going on with Burger
class
King?
action lawsuit. It's a major one. So it claims that Burger King misled customers with advertisements that make its Whoppers appear larger than they are. This has been a thing for the past 2 or 3 years. They've been fighting this battle. But the U.S. District Court judge found it entirely plausible that reasonable consumers could have been deceived by Burger King's ads. So customers from over 13 states have accused Burger King of overstating the size of nearly all menu items in its in-store and online ads.
Wow.
Citing that the pictures of the burgers that overflow the buns, with the Whopper appearing up to 35% larger than the actual burgers are, and containing more than double the meat. The judge noted a similar lawsuit against McDonald's and Wendy's that was dismissed in September of 2 years ago. But the judge said in this case, Burger King did clearly overstate the size of its products to a much greater degree. Burger King claims the patties they use in the photos are the same as the customers get, but a food stylist has made them appear more desirable. This is a whole thing. They do this. I once watched a video on how they present the burgers, how they're done.
Mm-hmm.
They paint them with Vaseline and stuff to make them appear, wet or greasy, and then they use toothpicks to hold everything separate so they appear much thicker.
Right. We're on the radio, Ascension.
So Burger King not only sells Whoppers, it also tells Whoppers.
Right.
And in case the food stylist is really earning their money.
But they're not the only ones that do this, though.
No,
I mean,
all of them.
All
do
of
this.
them do it.
So what they'll do is they'll take the bottom piece of bread. They'll put toothpicks in that. And they'll put the meat down on the toothpick so that it doesn't set directly on. And then they'll do the same thing with the condiments. They'll place like all those so that they are spaced out to make it look really big and, stacked.
And don't they do something to the bread, too, to make it like...
They lightly toast it, but they also paint it with certain stuff. Yeah. I mean, why did they need a district judge to decide this, though? I mean, you send the bailiff out to buy a Whopper, you unwrap it in the courtroom, you set it right next to the picture that they have in the ads. Boom, that decides it. Do I have to do everybody's job for them?
Yes, you do.
I checked out a picture of a Whopper on the Burger King website, and it is true. If you order a Whopper, what you actually get is a whimper.
Womp womp.
I like Burger King. They're the one fast food, what I consider the big three, that I actually like.
Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's?
McDonald's, yeah. I guess you could include Hardee's in there. I like Hardee's, too. I don't really consider
what about
Hardee's.
Sonic, Chick-fil-A?
Sonic is very inconsistent because they're individually owned, and as we know from certain Sonics in the area, some of them are better than others. Some of them just do not give a care. I noticed there is one particular Sonic in town that is the world's worst Sonic. They had all of their stalls closed except for 2. All of them.
I went to the one I mentioned, and it was so slow, and they had like one person, and it was a mess.
Yeah, the owners do not care for the most part. Well, the one that owns the one I told you about over on owns the 7th Street and owns another one and owns the one in Galena, but doesn't own the one on 32nd Street. 32nd Street's owned by the one that owns the Rangeline one. So, and you can tell a huge difference between the owners.
Megan says, Seneca DQ is the best. Seneca Sonic has gotten better, but used to be absolutely horrible. Morning, Kathy.
I like Burger King's because of the way they grill their meat. I like that a lot better. McDonald's, I mean, I'd rather eat hospital cafeteria food than McDonald's.
I feel like Dairy Queen is very inconsistent.
Yeah, it is.
Very.
I've had, actually at Dairy Queen, at one of the area Dairy Queens, I've gotten the condiments were spoiled.
Ew.
Tomatoes, they're really bad to reuse their condiments multiple days, and you'll get soured tomatoes.
I've always had really good experiences at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm biased because they have gluten-free stuff.
Chick-fil-A is, I mean, to me, they're not in the same category, even. I don't think you can get a hamburger from Chick-fil-A, though, can you? Can you? Do they have?
No, you get chicken.
I know, but they have other things, too. They have ice cream.
Salads and, yeah. Actually, they have a little kale side salad thing that's really good.
Judge Randy. I'll be like, bailiff, whack his pee-pee.
Whack his pee-pee?
Jen.
Is that what you just said?
Not that loud.
Jeez.
Well.
All right, come here real quick. I need your opinion. I need Shopper Randy. Okay.
Sucks.
So this was the pair I was originally going to buy. Pink with navy. But then there's also this pair.
No.
There's also this pair. I don't think I want the red pair. No. Okay. Those are the 3.
You'll get more usage out of these.
I don't want black and white, though. So the other thing is a pair of these, either black and white or red and white.
These are okay.
Well, I'm going to get 2 pairs. I'm going to get 1 of each.
Must be nice to be the mama.
Again, I was given a lot of liberties in this
I have taken liberties. I don't think I've ever given.
See, black and white was my initial idea because it goes with everything, obviously.
Right.
But like, I want color and fun.
Well, stop it.
A pop of something, something. Which is why I was like, that bright blue is so fun.
I don't know that's what you're supposed to do with your shoes.
Why not?
Because they're shoes. It's getting deeper now. Deeper
Can you just do the whole show right there, please?
KIX 102.5. Because my vocal cords are so dry from the sinus medication.
Randy, no chopping with your knife.
Whack a TT. The tittle.
I did. So Megan had mentioned a while ago an iced sugar cookie blondie drink that she gets from Seven Brew. And I was like, girl, that sounds so good.
Girl.
And so I messaged her and I was like, what was that drink? Because I'm going to go to Seven Brew and get one. And I got one yesterday and it was so good.
Girl.
All the frou-frou.
Girl.
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 Oh, Lord Jesus.
Got to go get cat food and birdseed. And Seven Brew, yes. It was a great recommendation.
Okay.
And it still tasted like coffee thanks to the extra shot in there. It wasn't. And I was kicking myself a little bit because I was like, why are you drinking this at like 4 in the afternoon? No, I passed out last night. I was so busy yesterday. What's up?
Kidnapped, tortured, and killed those girls. And we had a drive-by the other night in Joplin. We're really moving up. Disney dropped another 3 episodes of Andor last night.
Yay.
I watched 1.5 of them.
Here
It's
we go.
really getting crazy.
Chance of rain to continue with highs in the mid-60s. Storms tonight with lows in the mid-50s. Rain and storms for Thursday night, and Friday as we see a high near 70.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar showing a lot of heavy clouds and light rainfall across a lot of the 4 states.
59 in Avila, 61 in Pittsburgh, 60 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
So today, because Mother's Day is this weekend, we're talking about mama's boys.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing, I think.
Yeah,
Do you know a mama's boy?
Are you a mama's boy?
Were you growing up a mama's boy?
You know someone who wants to be a mama's boy?
623-1025 to call or text.
Or you can tell us on Facebook.
Here's Morgan Wallen.
On KIX 102.5. What is IFTTT? If this, then that.
If
That's
this,
what
then
it
that.
is. Why am I getting ads for if this, then that? I think I used it once for my automation stuff at home. New York Broadcasters Association has asked, hi there, Morning KIX. Good. You know a mama's boy? Nothing. No one has ever said there was anything wrong with it. There you go. Proud mama's boy. That's right. There's nothing wrong with it.
Not at all.
We've never implied that. I think that it's natural for guys to have a guilty conscience over being a mama's boy because of the connotation. That's right.
Good. I don't think it should.
Own it. Thanks for calling.
You too. That's why we specifically just said on air.
There's nothing
There's
wrong
nothing
with
wrong
being
with it.
a
Not
mama's
that's a
boy.
bad thing.
You loser.
Morning, a non-logged-in user. Jimmy says there was a drive-by in Frontenac the other day, too.
Did you do it, Jimmy? You did, didn't you? That was you that
It's
was
the
doing the
second one in
drive-by.
3 years.
Mm-hmm. You do the other one, too?
I really thought for sure that it was going to keep me up last night, but
The drive-by?
yeah, no. I got 7 brew, a large 7 brew with an extra shot, mind you, at like 4 in the afternoon.
So I drank coffee at rehearsal last night before 8 o'clock and then got home and I had Gina fixing apple pie and I had a little ice cream and another cup of coffee with that.
Yeah.
And didn't affect me at all.
Yeah. I love coffee.
I did sleep pretty good last night.
You did?
Yeah.
Good.
I was exhausted because I started rehearsing at 1:30 yesterday afternoon and quit at 5 and then went to rehearsals.
Long day. Today is the last day of Beans' dress rehearsal for this weekend. Thank goodness. Because we've been going through that the last Monday and Tuesday, and it's just made the week that much longer.
Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up.
Yumma dumpa dumpa doo. Line 'em up, line 'em up,
line 'em up, line 'em up, line 'em up, line 'em up. Line 'em up, line 'em up.
line 'em up,
Line 'em up, line 'em up, line 'em up. Line 'em up.
Line 'em up already. Good. Bless it.
I wonder if the tree.
Knows they suck.
Yeah.
Certainly they do.
I wonder if they have like detailed instructions in their help on how to get it on.
Oh, come look at these ones. These are platform. You would hate these, Randy. Come
Yes.
look.
Oh, please let me see now.
Come here. Come look at them. Come look at them. Oh my gosh, these are such a look.
Oh, this is stupid.
Look at these.
Oh, I don't like Skechers though.
Oh, look at them.
I like the black ones okay, but what's the difference between those?
Lighter. What do you think of those?
Yeah. The black ones aren't too bad, but I wouldn't want any of the others.
Rocket dogs come in platforms now? Heck yeah.
You know the Blake Shelton stuff is up
Blake Shelton stuff is up.
for the blog. Pictures.
Oh, okay. For Backstage Country.
It's a little tricky to find on the site.
I just Google the name now.
If you go under guest hosts, it does not have it there. I had to, it was on like a sidebar. You're probably a lot smarter not Googling, searching on their search bar. That's what you do, right?
Yep. I said Google, didn't I? I meant search bar.
That's where I found it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Randy, look at these.
No, I will not.
Come here. No.
I'm not doing it.
I think these are my favorite. Come here, please.
Fool me twice,
Please.
then shame on the
Please.
Communist Party.
Look.
Oh, good God.
No, I'm serious. No, really come look at them. Really do. Really come look at them. Please. What do you think? Is the white? Black.
Do white, don't do black. If you're going to do that.
Aren't they
No,
cute?
they're
What?
They are
Okay,
obnoxious.
look at them. They're
You
white.
are not 7.
I can't have fun things?
No.
Because I'm not 7?
No.
What the heck?
Not allowed. I actually had a pair of shoes that looked just like the black ones, only it wasn't hearts. It just was neon splatter paint I did. So you can buy this stuff. I've told you about it before. Puff paint would look a lot more original than that. And I would take a straw.
Oh, and you blow it?
And do that on it. And then take a hairdryer and go over that. And it puffs up. It really looks,
That's
professionally done. Used to do puff paint on everything. Pants, jackets, all over.
Let's have a puff paint party. And we'll also bleach dye shirts. Here we go.
Do them both together on one shirt. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Chance of rain to continue with highs right around 65. It is 60 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 15 minutes.
But we're talking about, because Mother's Day's on Sunday, we're talking about Mama's Boys.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing to be a mama's boy. We had somebody call and say, what's wrong with being a mom? Nothing. We've never implied that. In fact, there are many, many proud mama's boys that I'm sure we're going to hear from today.
Absolutely. Maybe it's you, 623-1025 to call or text.
Now, whether they laugh at you or not down at the truck stop's a whole other deal, but
if you're a mama's boy, we want to hear from you.
or if you have a mama's boy,
If you was the mama's boy,
if you would like to be a mama's boy, or
623-1025 to call or text.
you think your house may have mama's boys,
Here's Hardy.
on KIX 102.5.
Make it sound like ants. If you think you have mama's
Ants.
boys.
Yeah, if you need someone to remove the mama's boys from your crawl space.
Megan says, yes, you can. Jen, don't listen to him. Who wears the short shorts around there?
Shop.
Exactly. Shut, Randy.
4-inch inseam,
Thank you,
ladies
Megan.
and gentlemen. 4-inch inseam. Short shorts have a 2-inch inseam.
Megan gets it.
Yeah, and
She gets
oftentimes has to be treated with antibiotics.
How am I supposed to pick? There's just so many options.
Close your eyes and go.
Okay. The Nikes are for sure, the black and white ones.
Those make sense. Those are a practical choice.
Probably the pink Adidas with the platforms. And then a fun pair of super colorful Skechers.
Oh, you're going to do 3 pair of shoes. You are going all
I just got to figure out which of those Skechers was cutest.
out. The black. No, cute.
The other thing, too, is I was thinking about Vans. Have you ever owned a pair of Vans?
Vans?
Yes.
I have 3 pair of Vans. Don't wear them very often. I'm not a fan of the whole Vans look.
It's a little slippy on kind of thing.
Well, mine are lace up. I mean, you've seen those blue corduroy ones I was wearing the other day are Vans.
I don't necessarily like the look of these Vans. I like the look of the sneakers better.
Blue ones, maroon ones, and some white ones.
Christy says, I remember puff painting a couple of my shirts.
Yep. It was a big thing. I don't know why that ever... Well, the fluorescent colors stopped being a thing.
Do the kids still sign T-shirts on the last day of school? I don't know. I was really upset. I did that one year, and then I made the mistake of washing it.
Washing what?
The shirt that all my friends had signed, which is stupid because then it
Came
washes
right out.
off all of that. Well, cool. That was great. So much for that. Jimmy, who works over there in the building, swears by Vans. Says they are so stinking comfy.
I don't think so. To me, they're very narrow.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they're very narrow. They're not the most comfortable shoe.
This one's got a blue flame on it, though.
Those Adidas that I have, those are the most comfortable shoe of all.
And I buy a lot of Adidas because I think they are very comfortable. I like those.
Those ones with the cloud sole insoles, those are the most comfortable.
But
They're
then-
way more comfortable than Hey Dudes or any of the others.
Yes, no, I agree on that one. Megan says, I remember doing at least 3, but don't think I still have them. I think that was the first and last time I did that with a shirt. You. Favorite song.
So I bought Lauren, my youngest daughter, for her birthday. I bought her that. That's the little amp.
It's cute. It looks like a classic amp.
It's an acoustic amp. That's really a PA system. So they have specially tuned little speakers in it, and the jacks on that are either XLR or quarter. They're universal jacks. So she can plug a microphone into either channel, plug her guitar in the other one, and they each have their own separate EQ and reverb, so she can set the levels and everything. She can also run in a music source like her phone or some other device to play along with, if she wants to play along with the track or sing along with the track, and then it's got a headphone out. And it is stinking loud. I plugged my guitar into it yesterday to check it, my acoustic, and sounded phenomenal. I would love to have one of those.
Oh, yeah, Megan's asking about your guitar. Did he fix it? He's remaking it. How's it coming along?
So he gave me an update finally. I haven't heard an update in the past couple of weeks, and I thought, what's going on? And I thought about going and asking. I thought, no, I'm not going to bug him about this. This is his deal. And I knew they've been taking some vacation time and stuff. So Sunday he came up and gave me an update, and he showed me a picture of his guitar, the one he's building, that had the big mistake on the, it broke part of it off.
Right.
And so he had to find a way to fix that. Well, he's almost done with that guitar. It has frets on, everything. He was going to finish it this week. In other words, put the coloring and everything on it. Mm-hmm. He wanted to get that completely done with the whole process and make all of his mistakes on that guitar before making any more with mine. He had to redo the body. He's got all that done. Hasn't glued the pieces together, the cap, the top cap, and the body. He said it's a lot thicker now, more like a normal guitar. Before he did anything more on it, he wanted to go through all these processes on his and make all the mistakes first.
Here we go, 3 seconds.
So, appreciate that. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Chance of rain to continue with highs in the mid-60s. It is 60 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 5 minutes.
But with Mother's Day being on Sunday, we're talking about mama's boys.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not at all, but maybe you are a mama's boy, or maybe you're raising a mama's boy.
You can tell us about it at 623-1025 or on Facebook.
Do you know a mama's boy?
Oh, my goodness. I dated a mama's boy for 7 years.
Does it take you a long time to learn a lesson?
Randy.
You know what? It did because, when you live states away from mama, you really don't know it's a mama's boy. You think, oh, he's just being sweet, calling his mama just about every other day. But then when he up and moves the family close to mama, I finally woke up and dumped his
Wow.
Yeah, got rid of that.
Do you know a mama's boy?
I deal with that every day. My son is a mama's boy.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, no, wait a minute. If he is, then you're the cause of it.
I am, but there's a reason to it. Me and my fiance are getting married in July. When he was younger, I only had to deal with him, so that is my fault.
Do you know or have a mama's boy?
Well, the mama's boy that I know happens to be my brother-in-law. He got married to my sister and ended up moving a block away from his mom. And sometimes he even goes over there and spends the night with his mom.
Whoa, wait a minute.
You mean in the same bed?
No, not in the same bed, but in the same house.
Still, that is just way too far.
It's like, come on, buddy. You got a wife, you got a 3-year-old daughter, but you still need to be around your mama.
Well, on bath night, he does.
That's just weird. Come on, man.
It's the only way he can get his back clean.
Sometimes you just need mom.
Yeah.
Who's the mama's boy you know?
My husband, every time me and him fight, he calls his mom and starts crying.
Are you sure it's a mama's boy you have and not a mama's girl?
I don't know.
That might be something you want to get checked out before you get married.
Right?
Well, I'm pretty sure because me and him's already had a baby, but every time we get into a fight, he calls his mom.
Do you catch him stealing your underwear?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Tell us about your mama's boy.
623-1025 to call or text.
Or you can tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country. Melissa says, I made a tank top for my daughter to wear to an Order of Elijah concert. Put their name on the front, song lyrics on the back. Used puff paint for that.
Yeah, it did, Megan. Now, he had to cut a new piece of wood so the way the body is made, it's guitar body and everything, it has a really thin piece on the top that is this beautiful, that's the really fancy wood and everything. So it's fine. But the other piece that made up the back of that was too thin. So he had to throw that away and go get a different type of wood. I think he got mahogany, which is what they're typically made of. So those two pieces will be sandwiched, glued together.
Is that going to make it real heavy, though?
It'll make it heavier, but not real heavy. Les Pauls are traditionally heavy guitars. Now, a normal Les Paul Jr. is flat. So it doesn't have to be that thick all the way across.
Mm-hmm.
But this guitar, and the reason we ran into this problem was he originally had it the appropriate thickness, and we knew we weren't going to put a pick guard on it, remember, but to leave the wood grain showing.
Right.
And it looked weird, just plain. So we decided to carve the top. When he did that, it thinned out the top, making the overall thickness too thin. But now, because he's added that thicker back to it, it will be the appropriate thickness around the edges where the jack has to go.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be Les Paul thickness in the center, which a Les Paul Studio or Custom or Standard are much thicker than a Les Paul Jr. because they all have carved tops.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be more like a Les Paul body set up and built with the one pickup like a Les Paul Jr. It's going to be a very hybrid type guitar.
It'll be pretty interesting once it's all done.
So I think he was painting not painting, but doing the finish on his this week, and he'll be done with that. Then he's ready to go to work on mine with all of and he may have been going to do something with mine. I think they had put the frets in mine. I haven't seen a picture of that, but I think he's going to glue the wood and get it all sanded down and start cutting the rest of the cavities and jacks and everything for all the electronics.
Mm-hmm.
The neck and the headstock and everything on mine are all done. So really all he needs to do is resolve this body issue, set and glue the neck, and then he'll be ready to start doing the finishing process.
Megan says real guitar size, but junior features.
There you go. Yeah. That's exactly right.
That's a good way to put it.
Studio. And when they say Les Paul Jr., you think it's a little bitty guitar, but it's not. Same scale, same size and everything as a full-size Les Paul. Just the body is thinner because it's just a slab of wood without that carved top. And they traditionally only have one pickup on the 1957 versions. The crazy thing was when I was my last
a young
year.
Boy?
Huh?
Your mama took you down to the city?
Do what now?
Sorry. It's My Chemical Romance. When I was a young boy, my mama took me to the city.
Anyway, when I was a freshman in high school, I would do odd jobs for people around my little small town that I grew up in. I mow yards, clear brush, take care of some landscaping. I even cleaned some houses. Well, I met this older lady. She was in her late 80s named Goldie Norton, and she was a battle axe. I mean, nobody in her neighborhood liked her or anything. And I was cleaning up brush in the house next door to hers. And she came over and stood there with her hands on her hips, just this mean old lady. And I was polite and everything. Well, she was so impressed by my work and my politeness that she asked me to come over and do some work for her. We ended up being best friends. I would go over and hang out and we'd drink tea and I would read to her and we'd just sit around and talk for hours. She had a 1957 Les Paul Standard.
Wow.
That she got out. She had been classically trained when she was younger. She couldn't play anymore because of the arthritis in her hands. She let me play that. Had the original strings on it and had a Gibson amp from 1957. Still had the sales receipt in the back of the amp.
Wow.
That was
cool.
probably worth over $50,000.
Jeez Louise.
I mean, pristine condition. Everything was perfect. And I told her, I'm like, do you know what you have here, Goldie? She said, I'm going to leave that to you when I die.
No.
And then her sister, before they could read the will, her sister came and got all of her stuff and sold it all in an auction.
Of course.
I didn't get it. I was not around. I was out on the road when she did die. But Ugh, would have given anything to have had that guitar.
All right. Stuff for podcast should be ready.
Oh, yeah, that's today, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be really exciting to see it all finished. And
I'm a little nervous about it. I got to be honest. There's so much room for things to go wrong. He is very detailed, though. I think he eventually is going to be a really, really good builder. I'm just thinking with this first one. That's why he's doing everything on this one that he's building for himself. So see what he's done wrong
Get
or
the
anything.
kinks out and all
Yeah,
that good
before
stuff.
he finishes up on mine. So I appreciate that. It's not like I'm in a hurry for it.
Is he still working with them in Carthage?
They helped him do so when they take fret wire, which is this heavy, more like a metal rod, very, very thin. They have this big wheel that they put the fret wire on, and they turn this thing, and it pulls the wire through, and it puts the arch, so the radius for the neck. The neck has a slight curve to the top. To match that curve, they have to put the wire through this thing in the bender, and it bends that radius into the fret wire before they put it into the neck and clip it off. So that's the silver lines that are on the neck, the frets. And he went and did that with them. He used a couple of their special files to level all of that once they were put in on mine and on his. I can't think what else they helped him do, but he really doesn't need them for anything else, And since then, he's gotten his own fret wire bender because he plans to do this ongoing.
Right.
They've got a website and everything now. He has.
Really?
Yeah. Black Hornet Guitars.
Look it up in 2 shakes.
If you look him up on Facebook, Black Hornet Guitars, that's where you'll find first and foremost. You can see all the pictures of mine. He's got video. Oh, his is done.
Phone ringing.
I just saw a picture of it. He's finished it. Wow. Hi there, Morning Kicks. Well, hello, Dustin.
How are you? What can we do for you today?
Randy Travis.
Ooh, we're switching it up today,
Yeah,
eh?
we'll see what we can do, okay, man?
You have a good one.
All right, later. Yay. Come here and look at this.
I'm looking at it right now.
What do you think?
I love the wood grain, that color. It's
that's
beautiful.
sycamore. So that's mine, of course, will have a much more normal wood. It won't be like that. And it's going to be black with the wood grain showing through. And I don't have that kind of wood grain that's so crazy on that sycamore. Look at the back of it. It looks really, really good.
Yeah, it does.
It's all finished and everything.
That's impressive. I even like the way he did his logo and stuff. That's cool looking.
Now, you see that black section on the lower bout of the guitar down there?
Yes.
That's where he had to actually fill that with a piece of wood and then sand that down because of where it broke.
I like the look of it. Stop doing that.
Those are my pickups he put in there. That's my. He just put it in there to see what it would look like. The dots glow in the dark, so you can hold a flashlight over them and charge them, and they will hold their light for up to an hour, which is really handy when you're on a dark stage.
What's this little glittery red thing he's got?
Where?
Go look at his pictures on the left side. See all photos.
Oh, dang it. I just lost it.
Hit your back button.
Yeah. What glittery red thing are you talking about?
There's a glittery red neck.
Oh, these are ukulele. That's a metal flake finish that he did. These are ukuleles that he's building. Look how big that neck is, though. Holy cow, Mark. That is a chunk of wood. I think this is meant to be for a slide guitar. Oh, that neck is crazy. He's got to get those thinner. He's building electric acoustics.
What's the one with the triangle and the really, really long neck?
Is it a flying V?
No, this is not a flying. Come look at this picture. I don't know what this is. Look at that.
Oh, that is I forget what that's called. It's a guitar or whatever. And he didn't build that. He's had that since he was young. Those are pretty common. But he's also building those lamps. You see the lamp that he did, the white one?
You're going through and liking his kicks?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see it.
Now, the darker wood guitar that you see down there that's not finished and it doesn't have the pickup holes or anything, that's mine. So, yeah, if you go look Black Hornet Guitars, you can see all the pictures of this entire process and everything that he's done, from the luminol dots to cutting the and the different body ideas that he's making.
It's going to be really cool when it's all done.
Yeah. And that Lawler pickup diagram, that's from mine.
Megan just followed. That's cool. She says, even if it flops, the experience of getting to build a guitar from scratch is awesome.
Yeah, that is.
One
It's
big
pretty neat. I mean,
experience.
you see when he's when he was gluing his, all of the wood clamps that are involved. There's like 40 clamps on there. And his shop is really impressive. He's got CNC machines and so many things in there that, I mean, he could do anything. And he's a master woodworker. He's got actually certification as a master cabinet maker. And yeah, that neck on that ukulele looks insane. Either that or the body's just super small. He's waiting on the truss rod covers. They're going to have the little hornet on them, too. Did he ever get the inlay done? No, he did not. My friend, our music director, he's just got a new Strat for graduation. He just graduated from college last week, and he's also having a custom one built for him out of a company out of Canada. That's really neat. So I'm a little jealous. All these guys getting new guitars, but. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Chance of rain to continue with highs in the mid-60s. It is 60 in Joplin.
And we've got the Morning KIX takeover starting in just 15 minutes.
So make sure to go on the KIX app for the KIX website and let us know the songs that you want to hear this morning.
But we're talking, since Mother's Day is this weekend, about Mama's Boys.
Not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that all of us probably know one.
If you know one or are one proudly, you can tell us about it at 623-1025.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
Who's the Mama's Boy you know?
My son is a mama's boy.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
How much have you ruined him for other women?
He is totally a 6'5", great big wonderful mama's boy.
And no other woman will ever be able to have him.
Oh yes, I have the most beautiful, wonderful daughter on the world, and she has him, but he is my baby.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to talk to her about that.
He comes over and goes, Mama.
Who's the mama boy that you know?
Yes, my husband's a mama's boy. When we first got together, he wanted me to rub his feet all the time because his mom would rub his feet every day after school.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, I did. I don't rub his feet either.
I would have been like, no, but you can rub my feet.
Sure you would.
Right.
Who's the Mama's Boy you know?
So my ex was the biggest mama's boy I have ever met in my life.
Why? What did he do?
I didn't find out until after we broke up, but he used to cuddle with his mom at the age of 25 in his underwear.
There's nothing unhealthy about that. Does he also carry knives around showers?
It was just insane. I'm so glad we broke up.
Who's the mama's boy that you know?
Yes, I have the biggest mama's boys that I've ever seen.
Why do you say that?
Because I married him.
What does he do?
He'll call his mom just to be completely silent on the phone.
What? Just to sit there?
Like to hear each other breathe?
Yeah, him and her won't say anything.
Okay, that's a little weird.
If anything inconveniences him, he calls his mom.
Well,
sometimes you just need mom,
captive audience. She's always there, always supportive.
Do you know a mama's boy?
623-1025 to tell us about him.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Take those yeses off the beginning of all of those. Why are they on there?
Even I tried to switch it up.
I know.
Got it wrong. I was like, okay, well.
That's all we need. There was another one. Take off the I do. All righty then.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
So,
whoa.
I would really like to get my strap rewired.
Then do it.
I can't afford it right now.
Well,
I've got other things I have to pay for.
Yeah, I feel that.
It would be about $60 probably to have it done. Caleb would do it. I know it would take him no time. Probably an afternoon he'd have it done.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it needs something. Because it's the wire. It's just not right. I did it, and it's
not right.
I wired it, and it's going to be a mess. I know because I glopped solder and everything in there. I'm just not good at electronic stuff. And
My grandpa also used to do a lot of woodworking.
twiddle owls. Oh, you mean whittle?
My grandpa used to also whittle owls, but they were with like he turned them into clocks.
Nice.
It was
My
cool.
dad would make me whistles out of, forget what kind of wood he made it out of, but I was so blown away the first time he made me a whistle. I'm like, how did you do that? And it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it rained last night, Jimmy. It rained yesterday. I was shocked. I came out of the studio yesterday evening and the ground's all wet. And I was like, when did it rain?
Yeah, we were doing dress rehearsal last night, and we look outside, and it's raining. And Beans is in her costume. I can't get my costume wet.
But I don't think there's going to be any storms with any of this. I don't think.
Well, tonight there's a possibility of storms.
So it looks like it's going to rain here again at about 10 this morning.
Morning, Cliff.
And then this evening, it actually drops off significantly tonight.
After a while, though, it doesn't start that way, does it?
80% at 6 and then down to 40 at 7, 30 at 9, 20% from 10 o'clock until 1 a.m. when it's 30%. So pretty much 20% chance all night long.
Cool. Megan says they said tonight's possible for a few strong thunderstorms.
And then it's supposed to rain again on Thursday
Mm-hmm.
and Friday.
There's
Well,
a small chance on Friday.
slight. Yeah, it starts off tonight strong at 6, and then it drops down significantly through the overnight.
I need it to not do this next week because the boy has his soccer tournament down in Tulsa next weekend.
I think it's going to be really nice. I mean, we're supposed to get up to 80 next week, so it's going to begin to feel like summer, I think, next week. And that's why I think we're heading out of the storm season. I really believe that after this week,
Unless we get those storms that were predicted by the end of next week.
yeah, unless something comes in, I think we'll be pretty much done with all the heavy stuff. We'll get rain, of course, throughout the summer, but I think that storm season will be done by next weekend.
Will you move the mouse, please?
I feel like that's a signal of when to end TikTok.
There we go. Thank you.
So tomorrow we're going to talk about, since Mother's Day's this weekend, we're going to talk about where did you mistakenly think that babies came from. I love these.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What a great topic.
My favorite one, though, is what we're going to do on Friday, which is parent threats. No one can threaten like a mom that's mad. Oh, my gosh. She will threaten to pull your eyeballs out and hide them in the gum machine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So creative.
I used that exact one last week.
Yeah. She will disconnect the skin from the back of your neck and pull it over your forehead so that you won't be able to see when you're walking around. You know, things like that. Moms are.
I've never been quite that graphic.
My mom used to do this thing in a witch laugh. Sometimes just at random, you know, when I was irritating her, and it would freak me out. I would go into a panic and just have to run.
And then you wouldn't be irritating her anymore.
No, I was gone.
Exactly.
I'd hide in the woods for a while.
Megan says, let's get past the 22nd, then we can chill.
A buddy of mine over yesterday, he's like, when you go open the pool? And I said, beginning of June. I'm not doing it earlier. I mean, I might, maybe Memorial Day weekend, but not even likely that I'll do that then. And I've decided to put off doing, I think I told you, the deck and the concrete and everything until later in the month.
Yeah.
Oh, the situation with India and Pakistan. This just reminded me because I was going to pull this up and actually show it to you. Have you ever seen? Nope. Have you ever seen the changing of the guard at the India-Pakistani border?
No.
It's one of the most ridiculous things I have ever seen in my life. It's
Why?
insane. It's like watching, you know, these birds that do these mating ritual dances. It's like that. It's insane. You just have to
Do you
watch
have it
here. Yeah.
Hold up.
Just happened to be up here on X. So they do this twice a day. Now, they did not get together and work between them on this. It has developed over hundreds of years into this. And every move symbolizes something. It's all supposed to show aggression and sovereignty. They're being very careful that one doesn't get done ahead of the other or behind the other. Gates closed. It's nuts. Two countries that do that to one another, how have they not destroyed each other by now? I don't know, but, you know, they're both...
Just keep adding dance moves.
It makes me very nervous. That's a situation right now. You know, India fired missiles on Pakistan the other day. They're both nuclear powers. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Wanting to hear about the mama's boys in your life.
623-1025 to text or tell us.
Here's Eric Church.
On KIX 102.5.
Hey, Shiala, how are you?
Yeah, the very fact that they've not destroyed each other by now is, to me, amazing. Daytime, nighttime. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Absolutely, Megan. I love she knows that. Well, maybe not okay, Shiala.
We haven't seen you in 12 years, Shiala.
Seems like.
What you been up to? How's California? She's forgetting us.
You hear they're renaming the San Andreas Fault?
To what?
Joe Biden's fault.
Paka paka! Or whatever he says.
So I guess I'll have to, when I get my new guitar, bring in the Helix and hook it up and play.
Yes, absolutely.
We have RCA jacks down here where I could actually hook in to the interface and you could hear it in stereo and everything. Or I could just do a video at home and bring that.
Or you could bring the guitar in. That would be more fun.
I have to, that's another thing. I'll have to buy a case for it, and I'm dreading that. I can actually get a TSA approved case for $150, but that's $150 I don't have right now.
Right. One thing at a time.
Yeah, he's supposed to, when he gets it all assembled and everything, he's going to bring it in and have me sign off on approval on the build before he does the finish. Because once the finish is done, that's a whole mess to redo that.
Right.
So say, yes, this is exactly how I like it. Everything is fine, perfect. And then he will do the finish and then the electronics and everything, and then it'll be done. I really thought it would be done by the end of April. And if it hadn't run into this whole thing with the body and everything, it would have been. But
right.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Chance of rain to continue with a high near 65. It is 60 in Joplin.
And we've got the morning KIX takeover starting in just 5 minutes.
So make sure to go on the KIX app or the KIX website and let us know what songs you want to hear this morning.
But with Mother's Day coming up this weekend, we're talking about Mama's Boys.
Do you know a Mama's Boy? Maybe you are a Mama's Boy.
623-1025 to text or tell us on Facebook.
What about you? Do you know Mama's Boy?
Well, I prefer a mama protector, not a mama's boy.
Yeah, sure you do.
Uh-huh.
But I kind of am, so.
Did you say Mama's protector?
Yeah.
Has she got attackers coming at her left and right?
Well, sometimes, I got to be there for her, so.
That's what you call her suitors, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's. I
that
thought
is.
maybe it was a math thing, and he said, or geometry, and he said, a mom's protractor.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he's that, too.
Yeah.
Do you know a Mama's Boy?
My 18-month-old son, he's on my hips 24/7.
On the hip, yeah. You know you're creating that Mama's Boy, right?
I'm trying not to, but
yeah.
I love him to death. He loves me, and I love him. That's all that counts.
Yeah, what are you going to do when he's 22 and still on Mama's hip?
That's not going to happen. I'm going to kick his butt.
He'll stay there if you let him.
Uh-huh.
I know.
What's the Mama's Boy that you know?
My ex-husband was mama's boy.
Oh.
Ex-husband, she says. Is that why he's your ex?
Yes, it is. He would call his mom anytime we would have an argument.
Mom, she's been mean to me again.
That was exactly what he said. It was the worst thing ever to argue with him and his mother.
Yeah, when they double team you that way.
Exactly. It's not fair.
What about you? Do you know a Mama's Boy?
Well, it used to be my husband.
And then you killed him.
About 8 years into our marriage, his mother gave him an ultimatum. She wanted custody of our oldest son, and she wanted him to leave me and come live with her.
That's like the plot line for psycho or something right there.
Oh, tell me about it. They got into a big argument, and he said he loved her, but he wasn't about to leave me for her. And she got mad, and they didn't speak for 20 years.
Norman, what are you doing with that girl? Nothing, Mother.
Well, she did try that while she was here, too. It still didn't work.
Man, the in-laws.
Wow.
Never a dull moment with the in-laws, right?
Who is the mama's boy that you know?
You can text or tell us at 623-1025.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
In the morning, KIX Takeover starting in just 4 minutes.
On the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Wow, that's crazy. Morning, Thomas. Marissa starting cheer.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, tomorrow, where did you mistakenly think babies came from? Wrong answers only. Huh?
Great topic.
Yeah. And we're also got another Mother's Day gift idea that we'll tell you about tomorrow. And Secret Sound at 7:20. New edition of Morning KIX Extra comes out in just a little bit.
Bye.
Hopefully it's just a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Have a great rest of your day.
Good day.
Bye.